Georgia is a red.
Yeah, let's do it. All right. All right, we are rolling here, Plutocracy now, and Joey and Bridgemon are going to convince me, or try their best to convince me and Michelle, if she's till she's got to leave, and Steen and Brian to vote for Hillary if she gets the nomination, which is still a big if.
It's an if.
At this point.
It is if.
She's got...
And I would say...
it's a big if in regards to the probabilities.
Okay,
but
I would ask, why would you even question not voting for her if the option is Donald Trump or Ted Cruz? Why would you allow them, by staying at home...
I mean, ask how many of the American people don't vote? Who can vote? No, but this is getting to the point. And why don't they vote? It's because a lot of people just don't see a choice that they want to vote for. So for the same reason, I mean, Hillary Clinton, as much as she's better. As much as what was it? The South Park? It was like douche sandwich, the turd,
douche in the turd.
Whatever. I guess the douche is a little better than eating the turd. I guess. I don't know, but like, still, it's. The show's Plutocracy now. Donald Trump and Hillary personify plutocracy. They are plutocracy. I see them, two different sides to the same coin to me. As much as you might disagree, but it's the plutocracy.
You know who also played a plutocracy? Anybody with the name senator attached to their anybody with the name governor attached to their name is a plutocrat.
Bernie Sanders is a plutocrat.
Yes, he's a United States senator. He's a plutocrat. He's a United States senator. He's part of the plutocracy.
Why does that make
because of the system of plutocracy, he's a part of it because he's a United States senator. The senator. If you look at the original origin of the word plutocracy,
so this is really not a convincing. I hope this is not the argument we're going to make.
Not working.
It's
just like turn it around on
Michelle. What about you, Michelle? Are you burning your bust? Where are you? Are you going to vote for Hillary if she gets the nomination, or where are you going to be? Even hypothetical. Let's pretend we're not in a.
Well, she has to turn out and vote for herself. Remember, she's going to be on the ballot.
Yeah, she's going to be on that very same ballot.
Hey, look, hold on, Mike. Before we,
let me just pass over that.
Hold on. Once these fools stop talking,
I'm going to vote for herself.
Once these fools stop talking, I can explain something. Just because you're not voting for Hillary for president doesn't mean you're not voting for anyone at all on a ballot. Like.
Oh, okay.
That's what it means to you, but the majority of people, the majority of people
in this room arguing with me, trying to get me to go vote for Hillary.
Well, you said
it's only two of us.
You're
not
talking about staying home, and you. I mean,
I'm not. I never said staying home. This guy said staying home.
That's right. Brian said that.
I say stay at home until Georgia passes, or until we have a national popular vote. Bill.
What does that do with state elections? We already have a national
Georgia
Georgia do a better job. Michelle, what are you doing? You didn't answer. Hold on. She didn't answer. She's thinking. She's running for office.
What I'm saying is, don't show up to vote for Hillary versus a Republican, because if the electoral college votes are going to go for the Republican anyways, it's Georgia. So
but let's pretend, just for the sake of the show, let's pretend that's not an issue.
We'll have to pretend.
That's not even necessarily true. Georgia might has the potential.
Yeah, right.
It does have the potential.
Well, sure. So the odds that Georgia are going to be a swing state.
A couple 100,000, 200,000 people change the election. Sure. Obama lost Georgia in 2008.
If Obama lost
by, I think, like 250,000 votes.
5 or 6%. I mean, here's what I'll say. 2 points. In regards to Georgia being competitive, Georgia will be competitive if the Republican ticket does very, very poorly in every other state, which means probably Hillary's going to win the election anyway, regardless of the EV votes. But let's just say that everything remains the same. It's all about Ohio and Florida and North Carolina, and Georgia's like 56-44 or something like that for the GOP. My argument would be that Trump and Cruz have supported an act in ways that are legitimately dangerous. I mean, not just disagree with them wrong, but legitimately dangerous. Whether you're talking about Trump's policies on immigration and the things he's been talking about in terms of mass deportation and building walls and Muslim travel bans and things of that nature, and then Cruz likewise. He's talking about carpet bombing civilians in other countries.
Muslim patrol zones.
Yeah, he's against.
All right, I'm going to go and
social services.
I'm going to defend Cruz and Trump here.
You're against social services, Scott.
I'm going to say they say a lot of shit. So
but they've actually voted for it. Ted Cruz wanted to shut the United States government down for Obamacare.
He did. He didn't want to. He did it.
Literally shut down the function of the U.S. government because he does not want people to have health care.
And now he won't even. And now if you ask me, he said, "I didn't do that."
Yeah, so...
But all right, well, look at the larger argument then. Why is our system so broken in the first place? And, it comes back to that plutocracy, which
here's what I was going to say.
Hillary Clinton's just as much a part of. And just as much as, I would say that Cruz and Trump don't mean a lot of the shit they say. I don't think Hillary does either. I don't know what any of them would do in office, especially,
we know that
Cruz is kind of crazy, but I don't know what Trump and Hillary would do in office, honestly. I don't know what positions they're going to hold.
Hillary Clinton is not going to ban Muslims.
Hillary is not going to ban Muslims.
I'm not arguing that she's better,
It's not going to deport the Hispanic community.
Despite all the fucked up shit
she
she's
might
done.
not ban them, but she might bomb the shit out of them.
So
here's
something.
Yeah, he would bomb them more. Guess what? Bernie Sanders is going to have to bomb people if he becomes president.
He's not a pacifist. He's not a pacifist.
He's going to have to.
Here's what I just want to say as we get to the heart of what I'm trying to say here is that if
Michelle, you gotta go.
If Hillary,
you gotta take a stand.
If Hillary wins or continues on, either way, the progressive movement's going to continue in our cities, in our states, in our other federal elections for Senate, House, and so on. The movement can continue.
This is my point to you.
So we need to continue the movement and do like Dr. King said and continue the movement.
The issues that you advocate for. Who do you think you're going to be able to get more ground with? Hillary Clinton?
I don't know.
Or
I'm gonna say
how do you not know? You care about climate change, right?
Yeah.
Okay, if you're having a conversation on climate change, if you're going to have a climate change discussion with
a Republican,
of any Republican, fuck who if it says Ted Cruz or whoever it is, but
the climate change what? No, climate change.
Hillary's at least gonna have a seat with you at the table and come to. It might not be what you wanted, but you're gonna find some type of common ground and come up with a compromise.
Yeah, the rhetoric. We can agree on the rhetoric. Beyond that, I'm not sure.
It's legislation. This is how legislation is passed. You are an idealist.
This is part of the problem. Like you gotta stick to some ideals, and the Democratic Party so often compromises them.
Why can't people hold Hillary or anybody else accountable for their actions?
Isn't that what not voting for her would be? Hold up, isn't that no? Hold up, what? So I should vote for someone to not hold her accountable for all the things.
I can see these arguments. I can see aren't working on you, and they're not going to. But let me give you just my perspective.
The lesser of two evils argument is not going to work. That's what I should have just said that.
There was a time when I really had to sit down and ask myself and think, who do I want to support, Bernie Sanders or Hillary Clinton? Which one would be better? And the main reason that I went for Hillary Clinton is that if she does win by a lot, and she has the chance to, if she's running against Donald Trump, she could have numbers in Congress that are big enough to actually make real change happen. And in my case, if Bernie Sanders had been there, then he would have been advocating for policies that you would have preferred. In this case, it could be policies that I prefer. But either way, it's going to be something that makes healthcare more affordable. It's going to be something that makes maternity leave more of a reality. It's going to be a foreign policy that has some degree of humanism in it. I would much rather have those things. And if people like you turn out, we could win this election by a big enough margin that we could actually cross the bridge and get a lot of these things done.
We could win back the House.
Well, look, Art, you said, Hillary Clinton, since she polls better against Trump, you're assuming more people will come out, but...
No, that's not what I'm saying. I think both of them would do equally well against Trump. What I'm pointing out...
But in the polls, Bernie does a lot better.
From your perspective, you should be supporting Bernie Sanders. You should, because you like Bernie Sanders' policies more. I like Hillary's policies more. But here's the thing: if nothing happens, if we don't get the numbers that we need in Congress,
bye Michelle.
Bye Michelle.
Michelle's leaving us.
Good luck on the race.
Bye Steen. If we don't get the numbers in Congress that we need, there's a part of me that would prefer to have Bernie Sanders there, because I'd rather have him punching back and saying this. These guys are being controlled by the plutocracy and using the bully pulpit. So my support for Hillary Clinton in a big way is my hope that enough people will turn out that we can get those changes. Either one would be good. Either Bernie or Hillary would be good. But we've all got to show up in November so that way. Lyndon Johnson, nobody thought he was going to do the kinds of things that he did in 1964, but he ran against Barry Goldwater, and Republicans didn't show up to vote for Barry Goldwater because there were moderates that said this is messed up. And we were able to that was when we did Medicare, the immigration reform of 1965, the Voting Rights Act of 1965, the Civil Rights Act of 1968. Those were some of the best years as a progressive movement because we got out to vote, and Republicans made a mistake and we took advantage of it.
We also allowed more people to vote.
That too. And we could take advantage of this. Republicans are giving us a huge platter. We could make real change with this, and we could change the courts as well.
And Hillary is gonna have your ear. She's already gonna have some compromise for the Sanders supporters because they're gonna be so disenfranchised. So when she gets that nomination, it looks like, like I said, it's not a guarantee, but if, statistically, it's more likely that she will. But if she does indeed get the nomination, you all are going to have to keep pushing her. You're not going to you can't just
have to
retract.
Go to jail.
You can't just retract and say, fuck it, my guy lost, and not support all the policies that you're advocating for. Now that she's the nominee, you got to push her because, you're a major part of
party. That's where even voting is like really
easy. You're a major part of politics.
Supporting is a whole other.
I'm not saying support. I'm saying you have to.
I'm not gonna really push.
I'm not saying support her. I'm saying get her to support your agenda. You got to be active. You got to be at the local Democratic Party meetings. You have to be at the DNC meetings. You have to, when they have the platform conventions, you can actually go there and try to present proposals in the platform. And if she does, get that nomination at the convention, it's not time for all the Bernie Sanders people to walk out of the convention. What they should do is, okay, well, we need to form a platform. This is what can we do? What in our platform, in Bernie's platform, can we bring to accomplish the total intent of the Democratic Party? What can we include in that? So it's not for you guys to run away and be reclusive, but to get greater involved. Let's go, because if you want any of your issues to withstand, you're going to have to be there in her face, advocating and lobbying and pushing her to do those things that you assume Bernie would. And his job would be to go back to the Senate and push for that.
Hillary Clinton isn't going to do the right thing because that's just not her instinct. You have to kind of force her into doing the right thing.
What I'm saying is you have to force any politician in office to do your will as a citizen. You have to call their office.
I agree with that.
Legislation doesn't just get passed because people.
I'm gonna put this on pause, and then I'm gonna break down the reason, and see if you guys can break down my stubbornness.
But I gotta pause this because